It's a lecture delivered by Obafemi Awolowo at the University of Cape Coast. And it was in celebration of Kwame Nkrumah. It is entitled The Problems of Africa, the Need for Ideological Reappraisal. Mr. Ipadeola, this work is a classic.
Anything by Awolowo is a classic.
The problem and the solutions of Africa are here.
I agree.
And when he delivered this lecture long ago, you can imagine the brain, the intellectual capacity of Awolowo.
Awolowo, we forget, was not just a lawyer. Awolowo had a degree in economics, commerce, before he became a lawyer. But more than that, Awolowo surrounded himself with first-rate intelligence in people around him. Is it Aluko? Is it Bolaige? Name it. He had the best to advise him on any subject. Many people don't know that Nigeria had a space program under the Western Region government as far back as those days. Awolowo already saw with television that you needed to have a space program. So Awolowo was not one of the regulars. He was at least 100 years ahead of his time. And one day we will learn to go back to the fundamentals. What is it that Awolowo did not anticipate? Is it the farmer and herder crisis that he did not anticipate? Is it the protocols of elected officials versus traditional officials that he did not anticipate? Is it industrialization that he did not anticipate? Is it the power of Nigeria to become the center of production in Africa that he did not anticipate? He saw all these things. He laid the blueprint. But are we following up? Are we doing the things that need to be done? Or are we forging certificates?
Will it be fair to do a comparative analysis of Awolowo and Tinubu?
No, it's like Yoruba people would say, that's like comparing sleep and death. Tinubu is not in the league of Awolowo. Has never been. People mistake being able to clinch an office for magnitude of mind or depth of analysis or power of vision. What we are seeing is actually the unraveling of a man who has been promoted above his competence in the case of Tinubu. Whereas what we saw with Chief Awolowo was the actualization of the ideas of a man who knew what to do and who did it. Is it healthcare? Is it education? Is it the question of the dignity of man? Awolowo considered every little detail. I'm old enough to say that I saw Awolowo twice in my village. And once he came to settle a UPN crisis in my father's house. That was a great man. There is no equal. In 1983, the Nigerian terrain was in serious trouble. UPN was in trouble itself. And I was a child of 13. But where I was, my task was to serve whoever wanted to drink, whatever they wanted to drink. But I noticed that this man did exactly what Nelson Mandela recommended as true leadership. He listened to every last man that was in that meeting before he made a pronouncement. That was a man. There was no question. Those who surrounded him had more educational qualifications than Awolowo himself, but there was not one of them that did not call him my leader. And there was not one of them that did not take what Awolowo had to say as the final word on any question. That's the difference between what we have now and Awolowo that we had then.